All right, you guys, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video. We have a major fentanyl bust. One so large that it could pretty much wipe out everybody in the state of Georgia. Yeah. So this occurred in the Atlanta area, and not only was it a woman, she had a child in the car with her too. Let's go ahead and roll the clip. Shout out to Fox News.
Also, a woman who was arrested with a lot of fentanyl. Now, just how much fentanyl? We're going to discuss that with our Tyler Fingert, who joins us live. And Tyler, I understand it was enough fentanyl to kill upwards of 12 million people.
Yeah, Ariel, good afternoon to you. That's right. According to prosecutors and according to her arrest warrant, this woman was found with nearly 25 kilograms of fentanyl. And so you may be wondering, what does that look like in pounds? That's roughly 57 pounds of fentanyl, enough to kill more than 12 million people, which is everyone in the state of Georgia. And they also say that she is linked to a Mexican drug cartel. I want to show you what this woman looks like. We just got her mugshot within the last about.
Wow. Typical mid woman. You would never know. You would have never known. Wow. She ain't that bad looking either.
Hour or so from the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office. This is 34-year-old Celia Lara-Rios. She was arrested back in July in Gwinnett County by Auburn Police. She was supposed to appear in a Gwinnett County courtroom this afternoon about an hour ago, but a short time ago, her attorney told the judge that they were withdrawing her request for bond. Here's what we know. According to Lara-Rios' arrest warrant, Auburn Police say she was found with 24.9 kilos of fentanyl. Investigators say she was trafficking the drug and is linked to the Jalisco New Generation cartel. Prosecutors say when she was arrested, she had a child in the car with her.
Idiot. I mean, two things that rule the world: drugs and sex. So this will forever go on as mankind goes. This is not going nowhere. Sex trafficking's not going nowhere.
According to the DEA, Lara-Rios was found with enough fentanyl to kill more than 12 million people. Officials say it takes just 2 milligrams to potentially kill a person. It's unclear if the amount seized was all fentanyl or if it was mixed in with other drugs. Again, she was supposed to.
About that, a lot of times the drugs are mixed in because the people that are dealing it themselves, a lot of times they don't know what else is mixed with. So that's why when it gets put out on the streets, you don't know what you're buying. You might have a lethal dose, or you might just have the get high only dose. So, of course they don't care. They just want to make money. So, that's the downfall of it. Because a lot of this stuff is made in, okay, of course, a laboratory. But do you think the people that are selling this stuff or have the product in hand, do you really think they were sitting there watching how the stuff was made? No. It's a bunch of lab chemicals mixed together. Anything that they know that could get you to feel good.
To appear inside a courtroom here at the Gwinnett County Justice Center. But during that hearing, the defense attorney came up and said they decided to withdraw that motion for bond. It's unclear exactly why that happened. It's also unclear when she will be appearing in court once again. But this is a story we're going to be following. I should also mention she did request bond and did file a motion for bond. But according to the Gwinnett County Sheriff's Office, she has an ICE hold. So it's unclear even if she would have been.
It's over. It's over. So it sounds like she was once upon a time a legal resident. But due to the crackdown of Trump's policies, a lot of people aren't getting their visas renewed. So we don't know if she was here on a work visa or what, but damn. So basically, whatever she pleads to or tries to get out of is over. She already has the ICE hold, so she's going back.
Even given bond in this case.
Yeah, Tyler, very interesting. And you know, for those who are streaming along with us or just joining, this arrest happened in Gwinnett County, and the Jalisco cartel that you were just mentioning, that cartel in the state of Jalisco there in Mexico, is one that we've heard a lot about in the news because we've actually been discussing some different news conferences that we know our Attorney General Pam Bondi has held with different updates regarding fentanyl and other drugs that law enforcement has been able to seize. So as we look at this case, what are the next steps for investigators and this woman as she progresses through the justice system?
Here's the thing though, depending on who you get stopped by, all cops have different mixed personalities, right? You might get the cool cop or you might get the asshole cop. Now, that's a large amount of fentanyl, right? I was gonna say, now if it was a small amount, maybe she would have been able to get off. The cops take the drugs and tell you to get the hell up out of here. But no, she had loads by the cases. So, of course, they had to take it to the extra mile.
Yeah, so that's actually obviously a really good question. This was a bond hearing, so eventually she's going to have to appear before. They're going to have a preliminary hearing at some point, possibly another bond hearing if the defense attorney decides that they want to file another motion for bond. So we'll have to wait and see to see how all of this unfolds. But obviously this is a big story, and I'll tell you, this arrest happened back in July, as I mentioned, but we really didn't even hear about this case until yesterday when the Gwinnett County...
July. Today is September the 15th. Why are we just now hearing about this case 2 months later? And being that this person, well, whatever, I'm not going to say it.
District Attorney's Office was talking about this to say that there's a big case that they're going to have today, a bond hearing, and they were recommending media outlets come out here, and that's why we're out here, and we were learning the new details today when we were able to obtain that arrest warrant from the Gwinnett County Clerk of Courts, and then when I saw the eye-popping number of 24,900 and some odd grams, which then transitions to about 24.9 kilograms of fentanyl, you just know that that is a huge amount, and again, she's accused of trafficking this, so this is going to be a big case that they really want to be able to prosecute and really want to make an example of this person, especially since they say she is connected to a Mexican drug cartel.
So that means, being that she's connected to a cartel, that must mean there's other stuff going on too that they haven't found out about yet. So, yeah, I mean, really this case is a waste of time because they're not, like, she's going to rat out all her people. Come on now. Have some common sense, y'all. This is not real life. Come on. And she has an ice hold.
Tyler, yeah, and just incredible to think, too, she had a child in the car with her with all of this. You were speaking a little bit about just how little, the small amount of these drugs it can take to kill someone. Incredible to think the amount in her car could have affected the population of the state of Georgia. But when you look at these small amounts, to think there was a child in the car and that volume of drugs, it's just incredible.
Yeah, with fentanyl, I mean, if you think about grains of salt, I believe it's like 5 to 7 grains of salt is enough to kill someone. And what's so interesting about this, when 57 pounds is roughly what prosecutors say she had in, for people at home who use obviously our imperial system instead of the metric system, 57 pounds. If you are boarding an aircraft in the United States, you are allowed to check a bag up to 50 pounds and you pay more for 70 pounds. So if you think about that, that could be a suitcase size of fentanyl that they had in, that they ended up finding her with, and it's unclear whether it was pills or what kind of form this was in.
So basically what I'm hearing is, altogether, that was the amount of the weight, meaning they don't know if it was all fentanyl or if it was mixed in with other things. Like I said, when they get these drugs out of the lab, they don't really know what else they're laced with. That's why you have people passing out dying and shit, because they don't know what they bought. They were told it was fentanyl, but it was mixed with other things which caused death. But yet, this is pretty much the top drug on the street right now. We went from crack to fentanyl. And in Bay Area and San Francisco, they'll have a field day with that. And any other large liberated city. This is Kylie Vale. I'll catch you in the next video. Goodbye.